with us now is an extraordinary guy, and he's probably going to laugh that I even said that about him, but it's Joey Kola, and I'm so excited. Joe, how are you?
Hi, hi.
Hi.
How are
So,
you?
oh, I'm fabulous. You came on my show years ago, and
Uh,
the other day I saw you on Facebook Live, and I said, I just texted you, I said, uh, call Tony Liuzzi, right?
yeah.
Because Tony and you have been friends for how long?
Since we were kids, we went to school together, and we lived in the same neighborhood. We played hockey when we were like 7.
So Tony has been directing the shoot, and he created the ability for us to be Skyping here today. And I wanted to invite you to be on the show, so it's exciting that you're here.
Thank you. It's exciting for me to be here with you guys. It always is. You're a consummate professional, and Tony's not only great at what he does, but he's a very good hockey player. So
Is he?
I
Oh, he's laughing. I can hear him in the very, very, very distance
yeah.
laughing. Now that I didn't know about him, but I don't know. I do know that he puts some skates on and he does some hockey things and stuff. So now with this COVID-19, you've been doing stand-up for 40 years.
Yeah.
And how long have you been doing like the warm-up for TV shows? How long
I've
have you
been
been doing?
working shows for 27 years, doing stand-up for 40 years. I currently work on the Rachel Ray show. We're going into my 9th season with Rachel Ray, but her 15th season. I started out with Jon Stewart, then I went to Rosie O'Donnell for 6 years, Martha Stewart for 7 years, and currently with Rachel. And in between, I did America's Got Talent, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, The Marriage Ref with Tom Papa and Seinfeld, and a bunch of shows, many, many shows. And now I'm also working with The Sopranos, Comedy and Conversation with The Sopranos. Um,
Wow.
a touring show. Yeah, actually, I should actually be in Europe right now. We had 17 shows booked in Scotland, Ireland, and in England, but they got canceled. So, I'm here and I'm doing shows from the living room. I did a couple of shows from my living room, and let me just set that up. There you go. A couple of shows from my living room. Oh no, there we go. And
Okay.
and it worked out good. I did my first Facebook Live. I did about 10 minutes, a little Q&A afterwards. And then second one, I did about 20 minutes with a Q&A. And I got about a little over 25,000 views, So I brought some to
Wow.
my living room, and now I'm doing PB&J with Joey K every once in a while. I make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich from my kitchen, and invite people to come in. We talk. We have a chocolate egg cream, and that's it.
Well, I was a guest on a comedy radio show that's produced out of here by Governors with Tony Walker and everything, and they were
Yeah,
making some reference to the PBJs. So do you like peanut butter and jelly or you don't like
love it.
it? You love it.
I love the PB&J. I love Nutella. Everybody who knows me knows I'm a big Nutella fan. Rachel gave me 300 jars on the show last year. I kept about 7. I got a bucket, a 7-pound bucket I have in my cabinet in the kitchen now. And I also gave a bunch of it away to homeless shelters when she gave that to me. But yeah, anything chocolatey, anything peanut. My favorite ice cream is chocolate peanut butter, but
That
um,
sounds
you know,
good.
I shouldn't be having it because my sugar is high. But you know what? These are times when we really need comfort food.
We
So
do. We do.
yeah,
I started making a lot of my recipes, like from my grandfathers were both really good chefs. And I started making like, I remember having fried chicken and corn fritters that my grandpa Campana
yeah,
would make. So I've been making that kind of stuff. And I've also
uh-huh.
found new ways to use your waffle iron.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
On the restaurant, we used waffle iron as we took mashed potatoes and put them in the waffle iron and made like a waffle mashed potatoy thing,
that
and it
sounds
was
good.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a hash brown thing.
yeah, yeah.
I made like a quesadilla pizza thing. So I took 2 pieces of tortillas, right, and I put some mozzarella cheese in between, and I said, oh, let's give it a try. And you know what? It was actually good, and the texture was good because parts of it got really crispy. What else have I done with it? Just a few varieties of things.
Never
Um,
underestimate the power of a waffle iron. When I was in college, we used to make grilled cheeses with irons, with clothes irons.
oh, really?
Yeah, you used to get the bread, you butter each side of the bread. You just take an iron, like a regular iron, and just put it on top of one side of the bread, and then you turn it over and put it on top of the other side. The cheese melts, and you got a grilled cheese.
There you go. Have you, comedy a lot of times comes from things in real life that happen. Anything
Yeah.
funny happen to you? Like anything kind of like bizarro that you're like, oh, I'm definitely going to use that.
Oh, in my act?
No, just in life.
Oh,
Was
you
there
mean from
anything?
the COVID thing?
Yeah.
Well, I find very little of it funny. However, my wife and I are we're married. We're together 40 years, and we're married for 33. And yet, now that we've been sequestered together, we're finding out some new things about each other. I mean, we love each other and we get along great all the time. But when you're in close quarters and you have differences of opinion as to how things should be decorated around the house, what we should save and not save, because we've been cleaning out the whole house, the attic, the basement, every bin, and I found out that I'm a little bit more of a hoarder than my wife.
Really?
She wants to. She's like, save a few things, but get rid of the rest. Get rid of stuff that we don't need. And I'm like, but that's my son's fourth grade report card, and they made this, and this is some of their artwork, and I like to keep that stuff because it's like when you keep that stuff, people's stuff around you, it's like having them around you, But slowly but surely, I'm getting rid of a lot of stuff.
One of the things that I've been doing too, very similar, I found like an old storyboard that I did like marker rendering for like a Heinz ketchup thing back in the day. And,
Right.
I've been going through that stuff too. Some of the stuff, Joe, I've been actually just like capturing digitally. So I've been taking a picture of those things, right? And I've been putting them in a folder. So I still have the picture of it, which still elicits the memory. It might just be like, a couple of things. You could keep all the things you want, but you could always keep a picture of all those things.
Right.
So just a thought. But yeah, we're finding different ways of being and different ways of connecting. And I know that you're such a heartfelt, good person. You always make me laugh. And at first when this happened, it's almost like I felt guilty about being happy, or I felt guilty about being joyous, or I felt guilty about like, okay, this is not a time to laugh. But then you realize sometimes you have to laugh because laughter really kind of alleviates a lot of the stress, and people are stressed.
Yeah.
So
and you really, when you go to a comedy club, there's people like me who have a job to make you laugh, and chances are you're going to laugh hard. However, you got to be open to laughter too. Just like you got to be open to miracles coming into your life. You got to be really, and the only way to do that is to be still and silent and connected to the universe. And then when you do that, you'll see good comes in. Sometimes bad comes in, you handle that, and then you move around and wait for the good to come in again. So if you're open to it, and you can't control laughter, if something funny happens, that's a knee-jerk reaction. It's natural. You're just going to laugh.
And yeah, a lot of times I laugh at myself because like even keys, like I never know where my keys are, right? And I'm like, well, my keys haven't moved now in like 2 months and I still couldn't find them, right? So you just little funny things that you also learn about yourself during this time. And things are going to be great. And we appreciate you so much. We appreciate the fact that you're still doing the shows that you're doing. And people can follow you and they can tune in. And I like peanut butter and jelly. I'm mostly like a crunchy peanut butter person.
I'm a Welch's jelly
and
a Skippy cream peanut butter guy.
Okay. I'm a Welch's jelly too. Do you go between any other flavor besides grape?
Sometimes a strawberry preserve will do it, But I've been going off not only just peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, but it's just we went to Italy last year. My wife learned how to make homemade pasta, so we've been having homemade pasta. Just all kinds of just great food, from chicken piccata. Tonight we're gonna have fish and drinking a little bit too.
Okay.
Share some wine while this thing's going on.
You got to pair it with the right wine.
Wearing the mask, watching what you're doing, and I'm calling people that I haven't talked to in years, talking to them, trying to get a laugh here and there. But make sure, the only worry I have is to make sure that everybody else is okay.
Me too. You just want to call them and you just want to check in with them. Now's a great time to just say, hey, you know what? Not for nothing, just making sure you're okay. Do you need anything? Somebody was nice enough, Joe. I bartered and somebody brought over early on 96 rolls of toilet paper. And you would be amazed, what was so interesting is that, another person, their mom got very, very sick with cancer. So she wasn't even able to go out to the stores. And I said, don't worry. I literally had 2 bottles of wine and I propped 2 rolls of toilet paper on top of those bottles of wine. They came by, picked it up. And, it's little things like that, like as funny as it may seem, just looking out for your neighbor, right?
That's right.
Being a good neighbor. So
well, that's what we're here for. We're here for 2 reasons. I'm very, I don't want to use the word spiritual, but I believe in the teachings of Christ. Now, if you believe it was God's son, if you believe it was a prophet, whoever he was, I mean, what the things that he said were amazing. So I believe in the teachings of Christ, but I also read the Torah and the Quran, and I'm open to any kind of spirituality that might come into my soul. So I try to keep God or the universe first, and then and also help each other, do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. And as long as we keep those two things first and foremost, everything else really falls into place. Like people ask me often, they go, "Have you, what are your goals? Like, do you have any more goals?" And I go, I've reached all my goals. I actually reached all my goals many years ago. I don't want any material things. I wanted a pool in the backyard. I wanted a room with a fireplace, and I wanted a boat. The boat I had is gone. I got a pool in the yard. I got a fireplace over there. Other than that, I just wish health for my family, and I want to be with my family as much as possible. And I like to feed the birds. I raise butterflies, and I plant plants. I'm doing yard work before I did the interview with you, and I'm going back out to do yard work right after this.
Excellent. Well, I hope all the things blossom and grow. And we thank you so much. Thanks for spending some time with us. I love you so much. You're always so busy, doing all the things that you do. So it's nice to actually have you at home so that you can be calling in and being on my show today. So God bless you and happy journeys.
It's all about bearing fruit. Everything you do bears fruit. You'll be okay.
I love you, Joey Kola. My love to your family too.
Thank you very much, and give my love to Tony Luizzi. All right.
Okay. Happy journeys. Liuzzi. Tony Liuzzi. Who knows? He's a good hockey player. Maybe he could be goalie. Okay, bye. Bye-bye.